So, Christian bands. I was in two. I was in one in high school, in grade 11. And at the time, my friend Jason and I, and another Jason, and Scott, and Theo. That's a very long story. I don't even want to get into the Theo one. We were in one that was way too heavy, and some of the people in the Christian community liked that a lot. Other ones hated it. So we were too rebellious at the time to build up any momentum to actually be a successful Christian band. I think we only did that for shits and giggles mostly, but the lyrics that we didn't really quite even get into the Christian topics enough. So I don't even know if we can really count the first one as a Christian band at all, because we just couldn't get into it. We couldn't take it seriously enough. I think we just went to church, but personally I only went to churches because there was cute girls there, but that's about it. The second one was a whole lot more interesting, a whole lot more in depth. This is where the real interesting stuff begins. We had Monica and Jordan, who were the front people of the band. They were role models for the youth groups and for the young adults, like the university students that would end up going to church. They had to set an example for these people by they would give talks about avoiding, you don't get drunk, you don't do drugs, you avoid sex until marriage, the whole common things. And for us people at the back, like, I was just one of the guitar players. I didn't do much talking at all, but we had to look a certain way, we had to fit the mold. And once your band is able to fit the mold and you're able to give these talks about what to do and what not to do, and how to follow the scripture, and how to be a part of this group and not give any indication that you're a rebellious person, that's when the audience starts to accept that your band is actually put together by God. Your band is put together. So when that happens, they trust you, they believe you. You start to get a whole lot more momentum. And one of the things that I really liked about that was that when you start playing shows, you get a bigger audience that comes out. And when you get a bigger audience, you start to get money. You can charge money for admission. You can also, this was a whole, for Jordan and Monica, this was a sincere thing. This is something that they really wanted to do. For the rest of the band and for the people behind the scenes, we had, it was a business. You can charge money. You can get like 750 people coming to your church to see the show. It's a whole lot of revenue. It has to get divided by quite a few, by your publicist, your marketing. I was doing a bit of graphic design with it, so I was also promoting the band. The money also gets divided amongst the musicians. It also, some of it goes to different Christian charities like the youth groups, soup kitchens, things like that. But it's a pretty successful business. It worked really well. And I guess it was pretty honest, but I mean, that's how you make a living. You can make a living that way, being a musician in a Christian band. And that's another reason why I thought this is something that I wanted to do. And there's the other bigger reason why I also wanted to get involved in a Christian band at the time was because there's a level of emotion that you can put out with this music. So I also kind of enjoy the music too. Some of the music is actually really well written. Musically, it's well written. You have such an impact on the audience when you're playing that music, and that's a very powerful thing as a musician, to be able to do that. And to be able to take that ability from a Christian band, put it into a non-Christian contemporary rock group, regular music, to have that impact is a phenomenal thing. And it's something that I really wanted to do. So, those are the two biggest reasons. How did it all fall apart? The image and the role models that Monica and Jordan were could only last for so long before it just fell apart. Monica and Jordan were getting married. Monica wanted to follow God more, apparently, and apparently God told her that he wanted her to go overseas to become a missionary. They put their money together beforehand for the wedding. She took all of the wedding money and took it and went overseas and left Jordan standing there going, what the fuck just happened? And that just tore a hole. It just put a wedge right between everybody. And all of the whole reputation that the whole band had with all of these different youth groups in the city left everyone shocked, because all of the things that she was talking about and teaching just suddenly had no meaning. Just her credibility just totally fell apart. So that's my Christian band experience. When I try to ask people in the church or Christians about what is God actually telling people, if he does actually tell anybody, or if they just get inspiration, how can somebody be led by God to do one thing and then suddenly all of the work that they put into that over a year and a half just gets trashed, and okay, I want you to do something else now. How does that work? It kind of makes you wonder, are these just our ideas and inspirations that we have that work for a while, and then we get new inspiration to do something else, but we build up one thing and then destroy it, and move on to something else and build up that, and then get 3/4 of the way through and then realize, I don't want to do this. It worked for me, made some money, played some good music. That's about it.